Imagine not just the pain and the agony of the death and the torture that Jesus endured, but the humiliation. And I think Matthew Henry really nails it on the head when he says, because of all that's going on, there is 1,000 deaths wrapped into one. Such a weighty and heavy thing, but remember, Jesus trusts his Father. He exhibits great faith. Furthermore, we see that this is all going on where? In Pilate's headquarters, right? It says in the governor's house, in Pilate's headquarters, the one who had just washed his hands of Jesus allows this to go on under his watch. Remember, like we said last week, none of us get to just declare ourselves innocent before God, right? We don't just get to come before God ignorant of our sin and declare ourselves innocent. That's what we saw Pilate attempt to do. No, Pilate needs atonement. He needs forgiveness. Pilate's atonement of himself is not enough. And so Pilate, we even see him sink further down. And what do they do to him there? What do they do to him in Pilate's headquarters? Well, wrapped up in these abuses of Jesus, we ought to see the ironies. They strip Jesus. Jesus submits himself. So we need to see, this is why we read the whole Bible, right? And why the Bible is helpful for interpreting the Bible. And so we see they strip him. Well, what is Jesus doing? In a way, this isn't anywhere explicit, but in a way, Jesus is submitting himself to the curse of the nakedness that happens in the garden. There's a lot of reversal going on in this text. Remember, Adam and Eve are walking around naked and unashamed, right? Sometimes I have dreams that I'm naked in front of people, and it's horrible. Like I'm speaking to people, and now, of course, that's all you can picture. So, shouldn't have said that. Jesus submits himself to the shame of nakedness from Genesis chapter 3, verse 7, so that you and I, as Revelation says, may be clothed in righteousness. So that our own attempts to sow our own fig leaves, to clothe ourselves, no longer do we have to attempt to work to clothe ourselves in righteousness. No, we are now clothed in the righteousness of Christ. What a beautiful thing. They clothe him they don't only strip him, and then they clothe him in a scarlet robe. And so while they intend to mock Jesus for his claims, ironically, he's clothed in scarlet so that we could, as Isaiah chapter 1 says, could be as white as snow. He's clothed in scarlet. They're mocking him. They then crown him with thorns. The ultimate mockery of one